Okay, everybody, welcome back to Tennis Review Factory. If you haven't done so, make sure to subscribe. Anyways, yesterday it was raining at the US Open, so I couldn't really, well, there wasn't really a whole lot to react to, like in terms of scores, but in the meantime, we can at least check out what matches were played. So, this was Wednesday, August 28th. It was the start of the second round. Riley Opelka, the American, lost. I can see his serves probably helped him a lot to get to this score. And moving forward, he should really improve the return game in order to get that win against a good player like him, Kopfer. Because you can tell that he wanted it bad to go deep in this slam. So that third set, he put in a lot of effort to get to a tiebreak. Basically, he held serve an equal amount of times as Kopfer. But in order to get that win, he needed to receive a little bit better. So he would have had a break of serve to help him out. And Borna Coric lost to Dimitrov due to a retirement. I hope Coric is okay. Dimitrov is reaching the third round. I think Dimitrov could make it to the fourth round. We'll see. He's lost the first round in several tournaments, so I kind of don't want to jinx it, but he's a good player. He can do damage. And now we have Djokovic, who beat Londero. I watched this match. It was pretty good. The difference between Djokovic and Londero was that, let me first just pull this up. Djokovic was playing solid tennis. He was very stable during the match. He was hitting shots very much like this. He wasn't rushed. He was hitting them very balanced, you know? I want to find a pick where he's further out. Say this Londero. He was hitting the ball a lot like this, in front, stable, and he didn't have to go off balance to chase balls. He was very much in control of the match. You know, he was playing good. It was like this all day, every day. It was not like this. He was not off balance. So that was a big difference in why he could win the match. Because to be honest, dude, Londero was on fire. Like Londero was playing solid tennis. I'll show you a picture of him. This dude, he was ripping backhands, and his forehand was also pretty fierce. He he really was consistent. He brought his A game, but a lot of times he was hitting off balance. As I mentioned before, the difference between like a better position versus staying in the match. He would always be like kind of reaching for the ball and slicing back. He was doing this a lot of squash shots. But he played great. I mean, he didn't get double bageled or something. He did his best, and I hope this guy will keep doing what he's doing because I think he's doing a good job. You know. So with that said, I know the third set yeah, was a little lopsided, but I think it's just because he was tired. You know. And then we can look also at Alex de Minaur, who he was able to beat Guerin. Actually, I've never seen Guerin play before, on TV at least. Let me see what he looks like. Is he 22? Oh, he's 23. See, these are like the new batch of players that I'm sort of out of touch, I guess, because I haven't been seeing a whole lot of tennis news. I've been a little bit busy with stuff. So, yeah. Oh, this guy's sponsored by New Balance, and he has a blade. Kind of reminds me of Routich, you know? He looks like, oh, and now he's wearing Adidas. So I guess it was an early switch. I mean, he looks like he has a lot of passion for his game. Looks like he wants it. It was good for him. I like how he's hitting the ball, bending his knees. That's some solid lineup, you know. Um, but Alex de Minaur was playing solid tennis. This guy, he's pretty humble. I know every time there was like literally highlight reel of him playing, like his best shots. And after every shot, he would be like, "Come on," he would do this, and people would make fun of him for it. But honestly, you can tell he really wants it. I know the reactions may seem over the top, but I think he has enough heart. Oh, it was that. Some dude called me. It's whack. Sorry about that. So if we keep going, and I like that dude. I'm playing he plays Nishikori, but anyways, let's keep going. Federer, I predicted this. He did lose a set to Dusmer. Now Roger is playing good tennis, as always, relative to like pros, but he is getting old. He's going to lose sets, and the game he plays is very high risk tennis. He just manages to get it in because he's a legend. His coordination is good. I think his limbs are more agile. Like most players can't hit this type of shot. 90%, just because the ball needs spin. Most people need to bend their knees and grind. They need to do this constantly, this bending. But Roger can get away with a lot of. See, this is a very good stable shot that a lot of players would have to hit. But again, Roger can do stuff like this or this. This type of stuff most players cannot get away with. It would shank out of the court because it's off balance, and these tennis balls are going at hundreds of RPM, whereas if you're flying up like this with one leg in the air, like a yoga stance, you can't generate the same amount of spin. But Federer, again, is the exception. I'm not saying he's bad. It's just that this is not technique that you should be teaching to beginners. Like this is crazy. If a little kid was doing this, it would be going out constantly. The reason I say this is because even like Nadal, Djokovic, they all have to hit a lot more stable because that's just how physics works. If you play tennis, you know that to get the ball in, you have to have a consistent swing path that gets the ball in 100% of the 90% of the time, 99% of the time. Sorry, 99% of the time. And that type of shot is just really tough. So I mean, hats off to Roger for doing it, but I just wanted to point it out. And then Bradley Klon, the Stanford player, lost to Nishikori. I feel like this guy didn't get a whole lot of recognition, but he's doing good, man. He's grinding his career out. Let me see how far he got before in the past. Has he passed the first round? I think he has, probably like once. Oh no, sorry, my bad. He's passed it two other times. So it's good. I'm wishing this dude the best. He seems like a nice guy. He does a lot of side events. So that was all from yesterday on the men's side. And I mean, again, I'm not trying to brag, but really, I was right. I said Federer would lose a set, and he did. And I think he'll lose another set to his next opponent just because he's getting older and his game is very high risk. So one bad game would cause a break in serve, like this over here. And then if they both hold serve, that's a 3-6 loss of the first set. So I hope you guys liked it. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe.